Yeah, what a great video. Thank you to Vicki Dinges and our team for working so hard on it. It is really a spectacular video. I'm Tom Wilson, and thank you for being generous with your time and coming here today. That video provides a construct for how we can have a discussion today about what we need to do. It's about our Chicago, it's about our hope, and it is about our future. So, I love Chicago and what we represent. I've been able to raise a wonderful family here and to succeed beyond my wildest dreams, for which I am extremely grateful. And I believe everyone in this city should have the opportunity to realize their dreams as well. So working together, we can make that happen. So we're here today to help Chicago's children achieve their potential by providing something very simple: safe neighborhoods. We're here to help save lives. So now some of you, of course, have been actively involved in that for years. Others, you're here today because you want to do more. Now, my involvement started in this about 20 months ago. And what I thought I'd do is I'll share my story because part of it may be applicable to you. So shortly after getting into office, our Mayor Emanuel and Cook County President Preckwinkle initiated an effort to see how they could make our neighborhoods safer. And they called the Civic Committee and asked Ty Fainer for some help. And Ty called me and he appealed to my ego. He said the Civic Committee wanted one of their younger members to represent him. And at the time I was 54, and when someone tells you you're young, you're so flattered, you'll do whatever they ask. I don't even know if I heard what he was asking me to do. So I agreed to join the effort. I wasn't really sure how I could help. I'm certainly no expert on violence. And when I walked into the first meeting, I thought, I'm a business guy. What am I doing here? But what I quickly learned was that what was needed was not more expertise on how to reduce violence, because many wonderful people spent their entire lives figuring out how to do this and working on this problem every day. The expertise is there. What they need is help. They need resources, they need leverage, they need to bring more people into successful programs. So I walked out of the meeting, not really sure if I could make a contribution, but I was committed to try. And then we began by looking at the facts. The Civic Consulting Alliance, with $3 million of pro bono support from 14 organizations, which are shown in your program, analyzed the issues in Chicago, and then looked at other cities around the country that worked on improving safety. The facts were both sobering and encouraging. So, I learned that while violent crime has declined in Chicago over the last decade, Chicago's crime rate is still too high. I learned that unsafe neighborhoods don't just spontaneously generate. Like a dump truck just doesn't unload a bunch of guns on the corner, drugs don't fall from the sky, and family values don't suddenly just evaporate. Unsafe neighborhoods are built up over years, one failure at a time. And there are no hard boundaries to violence, right? While concentrated in some neighborhoods, it easily spreads to others, and it is certainly a virus that kills hope everywhere. So I learned that there are proven programs to address these failures that have worked in other cities and will work here in Chicago, but they cost money. Now, Chicago and Cook County spend over $4.4 billion a year on public safety, but so much of it goes to response, there's not enough left over for prevention and intervention. And you have this vicious circle, right? You have unsafe neighborhoods mean more crime. More crime means more response. More response requires more public money for police, judges, and jails. That leaves less for prevention and intervention, particularly for at-risk youth. Less prevention and intervention means more unsafe neighborhoods. So right back where you started. It's just a vicious circle. What I learned both saddened and embarrassed me. I heard parents tell stories that just make you tear up. So about 3 months in, I decided enough was enough and to make this a priority. So I moved past participating, because Ty appealed to my ego, to participating with a sense of obligation. Now I'm a man on a mission. I am all in on this issue. Now, to make that happen is going to require an enormous effort, enormous amount of resources, and it needs to be coordinated. The public sector is working very hard on this issue, but they can't solve it by themselves. I had the pleasure of working alongside Superintendent McCarthy, who's here today on this issue, and I can tell you he eats, sleeps, and breathes safety 24/7. The mayor, Cook County President Preckwinkle, the judges, the juvenile justice system, they're all in. We have nonprofits and community organizations who are trying extremely hard, but they can't do it alone. The private sector needs to get in the game and help. Now, I'm very proud to say that Chicago's business community has answered the call. We set out to raise $50 million in a one-time effort to invest in programs over 5 years focused on prevention and intervention. Less than 60 days later, we've raised $33 million from the companies and the people who believe in this quest, and their names are on this screen. So please join me in recognizing and thanking them. So we have to break this cycle of violence. Until we do, children will continue to be murdered. Dreams will continue to be crushed by trauma. You have to ask yourself the question, sometimes, like, who knows how many wonder drugs have not been invented because children don't reach their full potential? How many great plays won't be written? How many families will continue to have their hearts broken and dreams shattered? Until we stop the violence, Chicago's future will die one bullet at a time. Now, Chicago's a special place. Chicago's all about doing. We are strengths. We have a diverse network of neighborhoods. We have world-class universities. We got great museums. We have strong businesses. But most of all, Chicago's about our people. Our strength is you. People who care, who get involved, and make our city work. So we have to help. Not by duplicating what the city and the police are doing, but by expanding proven programs that attack the root causes of the problem by focusing on prevention and intervention. Our money can leverage these programs to make them bigger and give them more impact. You know, for example, if you teach young men conflict resolution skills, then that makes it easier to use their voices rather than a gun to settle a problem. Residents need to become active citizens and build up community supports to take their neighborhoods back. If we don't get the neighborhoods and the families engaged in this, it won't be sustainable. So without stronger families and stronger neighborhoods, we can spend all the money in the world and it won't make a difference. Now, when people see you care, individuals and neighborhoods will step up. They'll get inspired, they'll leverage your money, and they'll take back their streets. Our resources can help this happen faster and affect more people. So I've learned a lot over the last 20 months. One of my daughters pointed out that when we talk about children getting out from disadvantaged neighborhoods, that's not really sustainable thinking. Helping people now have better lives is something to be proud of. We've all helped people get out, but it's not enough. When one child gets out, another one takes their place. So my daughter suggested we change our thinking and focus on getting into neighborhoods and making them better. So we need your leadership. The more of you that get involved and support this effort, the more we can help. Join us. Get in, not out. So let me close with a couple of personal thoughts. You know, I love my children more than anything in the world. They were raised in this city, and they are proud to be from Chicago. And I know you feel the same way about your families and our city. So, you know, but imagine what it must feel like to be afraid your child could get shot walking down the street, or that they will succumb to the lie that joining a gang will give them a better life, or that they have no chance to build the skills that will help them be strong parents, neighbors, and citizens. You know, it's time to stop this. All of the children of Chicago are ours. Everyone that loses their way is ours. Everyone that dies is a piece of our future. Now, you know, we all know money alone isn't going to fix this problem, but it's a start. You know, I've been blessed with successes everyone in this room has in some way, shape, or form, and it's time to use that success to make the city safer. We all must get in. We must get inspired. We must get involved. We must get invested. It's going to be hard, but we can never lose hope. After all, this is Chicago. I mean, this is a city that burned to the ground and use the ashes as landfill to create the greatest World's Fair. This is a Chicago that built Millennium Park at a time when other cities let their infrastructure crumble. We will do this. So thank you for caring, and I look forward to being on this journey with you. Thank you. Now, let's hear from my partner in this quest, Jim Reynolds. Jim is a product of Chicago and has built a very successful business. He also has experiences most of us don't, and he brings a unique perspective to our mission. So I've learned from his experiences as we've gone down this path, and I know you will as well. Please welcome Jim Reynolds.
Appreciate it.
Wow. The passion you heard today from our mayor, from the First Lady, the passion you feel right now is real. Don't ignore it. Find it in your heart to be generous with your monetary support and contribution of your time. We're at $33 million. The last 17 is going to be a lot harder than the first 33, so we need you to step up. There are fundraising cards at your table. So as you leave, we'll have people at the door. We'll be happy to take your business card, your knowledge, whatever you want. We'll be here to talk to you. There's also a website we've put up where you can contribute, and then you can see the impact that you're all making. Be a true Chicagoan. Get in, get inspired, get invested, because this is our future. Thank you for coming. Thank you for stepping up. Have a great afternoon.